Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz. Preface: The secret of using this book to change your life. This book has been designed not merely to be read, but to be experienced. You can acquire information from reading a book, but to experience, you must creatively respond to information. Acquiring information itself is passive. Experiencing is active. When you experience, something happens inside your nervous system and your midbrain. New engrams and neural patterns are recorded in the gray matter of your brain. This book has been designed to force you literally to experience. Tailor-made, prefabricated case histories have been kept intentionally to a minimum. Instead, you are asked to furnish your own case histories by exercising imagination and memory. I have not supplied summaries at the end of each chapter. Instead, you are asked to jot down the most important points which appeal to you as key points which should be remembered. You will digest the information in this book better if you do your own analysis and summation of the chapters. Finally, you will find throughout the book certain things to do and certain practice exercises which you are asked to perform. These exercises are simple and easy to perform, but they must be done regularly if you are to derive maximum benefit from them. Reserve judgment for 21 days. Do not allow yourself to become discouraged if nothing seems to happen when you set out about practicing the various techniques outlined in this book for changing your self-image. Instead, reserve judgment and go on practicing for a minimum of 21 days. It usually requires a minimum of about 21 days to effect any perceptible change in mental image. Following plastic surgery, it usually takes 21 days for the average patient to get used to his new face. When an arm or leg is amputated, the phantom limb persists for about 21 days. People must live in a new house for about 3 weeks before it begins to seem like home. These and many other commonly observed phenomena tend to show that it requires a minimum of 21 days for an old mental image to dissolve and a new one to gel. Therefore, you will derive more benefit from this book if you will secure your own consent to reserve critical judgment for at least 3 weeks. During this time, do not be continually looking over your shoulder, so to speak, or trying to measure your progress. During these 21 days, do not argue intellectually with the ideas presented. Do not debate with yourself as to whether they will work or not. Perform the exercises, even if they seem impractical to you. Persist in playing your new role, in thinking of yourself in new terms, even if you do not seem to yourself to be somewhat hypocritical in doing so, and even if the new self-image feels a little uncomfortable or unnatural. You can neither prove nor disprove with intellectual argument the ideas and concepts described in this book, or simply by talking about them. You can prove them to yourself by doing them and judging results for yourself. I am only asking that you reserve critical judgment and analytical argument for 21 days so that you will give yourself a fair chance to prove or disprove their validity in your own life. The building of an adequate self-image is something that should continue throughout a lifetime. Admittedly, you cannot accomplish a lifetime of growth in 3 weeks' time, but you can experience improvement within 3 weeks' time, and sometimes the improvement is quite dramatic.